He's on his back?
Yes. Hi, my name's Sarah, and I'm going to demonstrate as a simulation how to pass a urinary catheter on a male cat. So I have our fake cat here. It's a nice male calico, bundled up here. And then we have a glove filled with some water to act as our penis and urethra and bladder. So my restrainer here, my assistant, is going to hold in, the patient is in dorsal recumbency, and the legs are going to be, in theory, back. And then she's going to be extruding this penis for me the whole time. So that's what's happening right now. I'm going to adjust this so we can try and see everything at the same time. Alright, so I have my catheter, I have our scrub, I have my sterile gloves, some sterile lube, a Sharpie to label my vacutainer with, my vacutainer itself, a 6cc syringe, sterile, and a needle for transferring my sample over. Move up here. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to measure about how far I should be inserting my catheter in. So about here. So roughly to this length here, so I'm going to just put a little notch in my catheter so that I know exactly how far in I'm going to be placing it. I'm going to go ahead and scrub the penis with some dilute chlorohex solution. And then while that sits for a second, I'm going to get all of my sterile items ready. So I'm going to open my gloves first. I'm going to make sure I have everything over here to the side. And then my gloves are going to act as my sterile surface to work off of. Onto this, it's loud. I'm going to open my 6cc syringe onto my sterile surface. I'm going to open some sterile lube and put that onto my sterile surface here for lubricating the catheter. And then I'm going to open the end of my catheter so that I can grab it sterilely from its container when I'm ready. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this a little bit so that we can see. And I'm going to put on my sterile gloves because we are now ready. I'm going to open, touching just the cuff part. I'm going to obtain my catheter and lubricate the end. And now I'm going to advance this into the penis through the urethra and into the bladder. So you want to make sure that you go with minimal pressure and just gently feed it. Until I hit my notch. And then right when I'm at my notch, my mark spot on my catheter, I'm going to take my syringe, connect it to my catheter here, and pull black to get urine. Once I've obtained my sample, I'm going to very gently remove the catheter, set it to the side. I'm going to put on an 18 gauge needle so that it can transfer over into our vacutainer, pulling our sample in. And then once there is enough sample in my vacutainer here, I'm going to take my sharps directly over to my sharps container. And then I am going to label my sample with the patient's name and date. So Blanket Kitty. And then this sample will actually rest in the fridge until the courier from the lab is ready to come and pick it up, so that way the lab can run all the tests on it that they need to do while the cooling it in the refrigerator preserves it as much as possible.